Hi friends of C4SO, this is Michael Funderburk. I am the rector at All Saints in Waco, Texas. It's a privilege to be able to update you on our life together. We saw some challenging things in the last year, some things we're encouraged by. So the challenging things in particular have to do with losses. We lost a facility in 2025, and there was a number of weeks of uncertainty where we, as I like to frame it, we had to sojourn for 12 weeks. It ended up being a really sweet time, at least in my experience of that. But just, navigating those unknowns as the priest and pastor of a parish is always challenging. We lost some families as well. There's always sadness around that. When you have an ASA of around 100, when you lose 2, 3, 4 families, and especially ones who have been around for some time, there's always sadness with that. And we've definitely been walking through that with parishioners and just even as leaders at All Saints. We're also, I think, really currently challenged by a number of folks in our church who have loved ones who have either died or are sick with cancer. We even had recently a young man whose cousin had thoughts of suicide that he needed to go be with, and that just always sits really heavy, especially for a church plant, which we still are. And normally we have generally younger families. So all that feels quite heavy. And so the season of Lent, I think, especially as we dwell on our mortality and God's grace in the midst of our mortality, for me has actually been a welcome thing. We're also encouraged about some things, though. We're encouraged by, though we have lost families, and that is a sadness we've tried to embrace, we actually have gained a number of families since last summer in that season of sojourning, most of all whom went through our membership class in the fall and joined. So there's just been a lot of joy around that, a lot of fresh energy and just delight. We gained a facility as well. And I like to joke that we often kind of planted in a very organic, almost backwards way. And so when it comes to facilities, a lot of churches will start in a school cafeteria and then move to a church building. We actually have done the opposite, where we started in what was formerly a church building, a Christian school that closed, and now have moved into a school cafeteria. But it's been really great, I think, in many ways kind of bonding, and allowed us also to be nestled in a neighborhood like with houses across the street. And I'm really excited about that and the possibilities and that we've already begun to explore about being nestled in that community. And I'm also really encouraged by our small group ministry. We started it just over a year ago, and Deacon Erin Moniz leads that. She's just done a wonderful job of helping create communities of trust and safety where people can be known. I've said many times, and I really believe this, that next to word, sacrament, and a life of prayer, that being known is how we grow in Christ-likeness. And so I'm grateful for Erin's leadership in that, and it's just really neat to see people deepening in relationship, lingering after services, going out to lunch after church, that sort of thing. So all that's really exciting, and we're celebrating that today. We appreciate you all. We're so glad to be a part of this community, and please know we're praying for you. We just ask you to continue to pray for us. God bless you.